Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you're doing good today, and I hope everything is going well for you. Well, today it's going to be the second part of the potato harvest videos. I'm going to tell you what you do once you get them out of the ground, how you take care of them so they'll store longer, and then I'm going to explain the difference between what I found between planting them under hay and using the hill method. And I was really shocked at this. And then we're going to kind of go over how many potatoes I got. Now guys, my potatoes did 1,000 times better than they did last year. And I'm going to leave two videos in the description. I'll leave a link to them because I think these two are the reason why my potatoes just did outstanding this year. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now guys, right here, this bucket, and this is nowhere near all of them, but this bucket was the ones that I dug out of the hills, and this one was the ones I got under the hay. So I'm going to show you a couple. When you get them out of the dirt, you really want to be gentle. You want to be careful with them. And I'm not even really going to worry about getting all this dirt off of them because these skins are still soft. I don't want to rub on them and damage them. So I'm just going to leave them like that. I'm going to very gently put them in a bucket or put them in a wheelbarrow, whatever you have to take them where you're going to let them dry out. Because guys, you don't want to drop them on each other. If you have any of them that are damaged, like from a potato fork or anything that happened, use them first. Set them off to the side. You don't want to store those. But once you got them there, then I'm going to take them somewhere dark and I'm going to let them dry. And I'm going to let them, 2-3 days. Let these skins, harden off, and then they're going to store a lot better. So when I store them, I'm going to put them in a potato bin. I want it to have a little bit of ventilation in there, but I want it to be dark. Now my problem is I can't keep them cool. You really want them between 40 and 50 degrees, and I can't do that. So what that means is they're not going to store as long. Now I'm just using these for canning, and so I'm going to use them up pretty quick anyway. But if you were wanting to store a potato and keep them, for say 6 months, guys, you would want to have them somewhere between 40 and 50 degrees and keep them dark. Okay, so guys, the difference that I've really seen, there was a few differences. One, take a look at the size of these. Now these were the ones out of the hay. Take a look at that. That's just some really big potatoes. And a red Pontiac, a decent potato is the size of a baseball. So guys, these did excellent. And so on the ones that I dug out of the hills, they're not as big. Okay, they're still decent potatoes, there's nothing wrong with them, but they just didn't get as big. But here's what I noticed. One, it really didn't matter, hill or hay. I got about the same number of potatoes off of each plant, and I'm going to assume that had something to do with the number of eyes that I had on each seed potato, because I really did try to keep that really close to the same. But with the ones that I put in the hills, guys, the sizes, there was a little difference, but not a lot, and they were a lot more uniform in size. Whereas these, I would go, like that. So for whatever reason, I just had a lot bigger size difference in the ones in the hay. Now I hate to say this, I really do. I just absolutely hate to say this because I despise hilling potatoes. But when it comes to the damage, the hills won hands down. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, in the last video, I talked about damage from rodents and things like that. And this was actually the worst that I had. That part there wasn't bad at all. Something ate into that. But I had a lot of them where I got that. And that's where the sun hit them. There wasn't enough hay on them. And so you know, they actually started growing another plant. Now, what that tells me is next year I just need to put a little more hay down, and that'll probably help a lot of that. But guys, I didn't have any of that. I didn't have any rodent damage. I didn't have any of this with the ones in the hills. So, you know, I have to say, as far as that went, the hills definitely did really, really well. And let me know which one you think did better. You know, I'm curious because it was kind of a trade-off there. Now, was I successful? Did I do good? Well, I did a lot better than I did last year, a lot better. But here's the lesson, especially if you're a beginning gardener. Guys, it doesn't matter what it says in a book. It doesn't matter what it says anywhere, no matter who says it. If you put forth the time and the effort, and you come out and you grow whatever, it doesn't matter, and you get something out of it, and you get that satisfaction of knowing you did that, you were successful. Okay, that's the bottom line, and don't let anybody tell you any different. Okay, now this year here, if you want to get technical with it, between 3 and 5 pounds of eating potatoes per pound of seed potato. So I put in somewhere between 15 and 20 pounds of red Pontiac seed potatoes. I got out of it right at 75 pounds of eaten potatoes. So guys, I was ecstatic at that, you know, and like I say, if you watch them 2 videos, I think that was the reason why, you know, what I did, you know, last fall and last winter. But guys, I'm probably going to end up, you know, giving some of these away. I just didn't think I was going to get that many, so I'm blessed with potatoes. I'm really, really thrilled. But guys, let me know how your garden's going. Let me know how it's doing, and I hope it's going well, and I hope you're doing good. Well, that's the video, and hey, I'll talk to you later. See ya.